Hey, it's your girl Nia, and you're listening to Chillin with Bestie Podcast. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey besties, welcome to Chillin with Bestie Podcast, where women all over the world can connect by discussing a variety of topics relating to our everyday lives. It's your girl Nia, and I hope you have been enjoying the beginning of the week, and hopefully you can enjoy the rest too. It's almost Friday. One of my besties told me that she didn't have an Instagram account and that she was sad because she couldn't follow me. Bestie Tukey, I'm definitely listening. So just for you and anyone else that doesn't have IG, I've done a little research and created something so that all my besties can link up directly to me. So stay tuned to the end of this show so that I can drop that info. Now onto the topic at hand, the treatment. Now I know I did post it on my page, but I didn't get to tell you all personally. Happy Black History Month, everyone. I hope you parents are teaching our children our history without depending on the school system and television to do so for you. Right before our very eyes, they are trying to change and forget the past, but our past is the reason why we can't get past the issues that we're having today. Today, I want to talk to you about the education system. And this, just to let you know, this episode is for everyone, not just parents, because I'm pretty sure that anyone listening to this channel, unless you live on a deserted island and you the last survivor of your family, which I highly doubt, knows a child that either goes to public school or private school, whether it's your little cousin, your niece, your nephew, your granddaughter, if you have any grandchildren that you claim, because there are some people that claim grandchildren, they really not necessarily related, but that's cool. But you do know a child or two that either go to private or public school. Now, as a Black woman who grew up in public school in Baltimore City, I have to say I was grateful for the many teachers who taught me both in school and out of school lessons. But to be honest, the class size was huge. We always had 30 plus kids in our classroom. Teachers could not really handle the whole classroom because there was always disruptions. And the education, for lack of better words, was subpar. I couldn't imagine going to public school as a student today. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. For many people, if money wasn't the issue, I believe that at least 8 out of 10 parents would agree with me that they would go on ahead and send their child to private school so that child can receive that top-notch education. Smaller class sizes for some private schools, nice uniforms, a healthy and nutritious breakfast and lunch menu, high-paid teachers so that make sure that that's kind of a bonus to encourage them to do their job. The list goes on and on. This all sounds great, but what in the picture is missing that you do not see? I'll tell you a little more. So my oldest son, he goes to a well-known private school where we are, and I have to say, I was able to, well, not just me and my wife were able to figure out, why there were so many people that were not attending the school that were minorities. And after him being in school, he's been in school since August, all the way up to now in February. We kind of figured it out on our own. So number one, the biased opinions. I mean, let's just be honest. The school is majority white. I have no issues with anybody, any color, any race, any sex, or anything like that. But for the most part, if you have a white dominated school and then you have a few minorities, they're not going to really get it as far as our upbringing and our living for the most part, because we all didn't grow up in the same household. Let's just be honest. Every culture or every ethnicity have their own background of what goes on in the household when you grow up. Some households believe in spankings, some households don't. Some households believe in punishment, some households don't. Some households even believe in the simple fact that you shouldn't eat after 5. Some households, they can't do that. So if they eat at 10 o'clock, that's the time you eat. So, different upbringings, and the fact that the majority of the school can relate and the minorities cannot. For the most part, there can be a bias, I guess to say a biased state of mind that can go on to the classroom that can definitely be a disadvantage to students that are minorities that go to public schools. Another thing is no real diversity. They preach and preach and preach diversity, diversity, diversity to some of these some of these private schools, but a diversity might be one minority in this class, 2 minorities in this class, and in the whole entire school there's only a total of maybe 12, 13, while you might have 500 all together. So it's very disproportionate. Favoritism. Let's just be honest. There's no need for me to even get into in depth with this, but favoritism. If your child's teacher does not favor your kid and they favor somebody over someone else's kid, whether it doesn't matter if it's their background, their wealth status, or anything like that, the favorite kid will always get treated better than the child that is not the favorite. That's always the case. No empathy. I had a situation where my oldest son, he just started this year, and this is his first time going to this private school. So even though that something was inappropriately said to him, it wasn't taken care of, but the young lady who has been going to the school for years didn't get in trouble, or anything was said to her about the comment that she said, which was very disrespectful, by the way. Luckily, my son ain't pop her. If I was my son, I'd have popped her, but he did not. So, just want to tell you that for the most part, if your kid doing the same, they ain't really going to have no empathy for him for real, as far as, understanding when it comes to slick remarks or rude or disrespectful remarks at that. They're not going to have no empathy for that. They're just going to tell you, oh, okay, brush it off and keep it going. But had it been vice versa, that wouldn't have been the case. And last but not least, sneaky stuff that go on that you don't know that's really going on. There's always some kind of, I don't want to say secret meeting, like it's a secret society or anything, but there's additional meetings, especially when there's like parent-teacher associations, little cliquey groups that the teachers might form with certain parents and things like that. There's always an agenda going on. Let me just sum it up like that. There's literally always an agenda going on. There's always stuff being covered up by a nice, pretty, shiny rug, if you know what I mean. Stuff is either paid for or swept under the rug so that nobody else will hear it. Like, for example, a while ago, there was a private school different from my son's where a young little boy, he was about in high school, but he was raped by a group of his, I believe it was field hockey or some sports team. I don't want to get it incorrect. Some sports team. He was raped in a locker room. We have not, in the general population of Kentucky, nobody has heard the story since. You heard it one time and it was a wrap. Somebody paid for that to get covered up. And I really feel like that's not fair. And I really feel like that it should have been taken to a higher level. But that is not my place. because ain't no telling who got paid, who's involved, whatever. Now, I just want to let everybody know also, all my information is definitely facts, and that it's not just race related. I understand exactly what Whoopi Goldberg meant by her statement that she has said on the talk show, when she said that it's not about race, it's about one group of people treating another group of people differently. I get it. Whether it is race, whether it's social status, whether it's sex, it can be depending on your marital status, depending upon your sexual orientation, anything for a group of people to disrespect or treat someone who is not in the same agreements with you. You're just treating them differently. Oh, I don't like them. They the blondes. I don't like them. So what I'm going to do to them every day is I'm going to make sure that they get, XYZ. While we on the brunettes get this. Stupid shit. I never really cuss on my show, but this time right here, it's a little frustrating, especially, we don't play about our kids. So this is very sensitive to me, okay? We pay our tuition. We make sure our child is doing what he's supposed to do inside and outside of class, and adhere to all of the school's policies and procedures as a parent should. But we're not participating like parent-teacher association, any of their organization groups that's welcoming the parents, or maybe any of their fundraisers. We don't participate. Number one, our schedules don't allow us to. But because we're not doing any of this stuff, or we're not part of, the whole, I guess I'm going to say the clique, our son is less than. You got me and mine messed up all the way. I don't play that at all with my kids. So I'm just, giving this information out to those who are looking at public schools, I keep saying public. Why do I want to keep saying public? Those who are looking at private school and your kid is already in public school, or you have a kid and you're getting ready to send them to school, just make sure before you enroll them, after they done wowed you and getting ready to pull out all them thousands of dollars out of your account, make sure you actually take a whole look. Ask questions, if you can, to other parents. Hey, is this a good fit? We're a minority, we're this or that. Because it is different treatment. Even kids who are on scholarship versus parents who paid get treated differently. So I'm just saying, look at everything before you do that signing of that paperwork. Because you definitely don't want to spend, $20,000, $30,000 for your kid to go to private school to be told that they're still dealing with things that they will be dealing with in public school plus more. I don't want to hear my son talking about he's getting bullied and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. I don't want to hear that the teacher is ignoring me. Why is she ignoring you when it's only 10 of y'all in your class? So definitely, like I said, make sure you go on ahead and do your research before you send your child to public school, because it is like the worst feeling when you think you found a solution to the problem and you dealing with even more problems. Okay? So, if you besties, the news and the O's, if you can, if you want to follow me, you can definitely follow me on Instagram, and that's your_new_bestie_Nia. Again, that's your_new_bestie_Nia. For all of my besties who do not have IG that still want to follow me, or want to say hey, what's up, even if you want to check out my NFT collection under Pretty Girls Club, go on ahead and go to https://withkoji.com. That's with WITH Koji KOJI.com /@ that's the @ pretty girls underscore. I'm sorry, I didn't mess that all up. It's pretty underscore girls underscore club. I know y'all probably was like, girl, what is it with you and all these damn underscores? Look, names be taken, so I gotta get real creative. Again, that's withkoji.com / pretty underscore girls underscore club. Now this option, you don't have to sign in. You can just literally just go to this. So you don't need to set up no account or anything. But like I said, you can access the podcast. You can leave me a video message. I'll definitely shout you out if you do. You can take a look at my NFT collection, which is on OpenSea. And also, if you purchase an NFT, you definitely are getting a chance to win another additional NFT for free. Okay? If you have any questions as far as, public versus private, or if you have any stories that you need to tell me and you looking for some advice, please comment below under YouTube, or you can definitely leave me a video at the Bestie guest book inside with Koji. You can send me an email, yourbestienia@gmail.com. I'm always open and available to talk to somebody about anything, permitting. It's some points where I'm just not going to talk to you about that. Some stuff I just be like, oh, hell nah. And if I don't know something, I'll definitely point you in the right direction. All right. Well, it's been swell. Just like any other time, y'all. Y'all have a great night, besties. I'll catch you next week. Have a good one.